we didn't even realise you could even do in Australia.
Absolutely no idea.
There's a real trust there. The dart comes right on you. It was incredible and I almost cried.
I think we have found a really good swimming beach.
And what a view. Oh my goodness.
Pretty. It's
that
pretty.
is gorgeous. I think we're going to need these today because I don't want to miss out. Good morning guys from the beautiful Bremer Bay.
Which is on the southwest coast of WA.
Today is a very special day.
It's our 20th wedding anniversary and we have splurged and booked an excursion for something that we didn't even realise you could even do in Australia.
Absolutely no idea, but we saw that you could do it in a travel book and we were like,
let's do it.
Let's do it.
No,
we have to do it.
I had to convince him into
She's
it
right.
because
we
he's a
all
tight
know
ass.
that I'm a tight ass, but she threw in the anniversary and I was like,
I'm not getting fancy jewellery, a nice dinner, flowers. No.
Today, the weather has not really turned it on for us, but
I don't think it's going to matter.
As long as we can see what we're going to see, I'll be absolutely pumped.
I'm really excited, guys. Like, childhood bucket list, tick! I'm so pumped. We are on a big boat. There's two docked at the moment in the harbour. This beautiful painted one with whales on it and it's blue. That's not our one. Ours is the boring white one. But we did our homework and we think we chose the right charter.
I don't know if the camera can catch like the sheet rain just pushing across in the wind. It's just crazy. It's got to be one of the worst days to go whale watching.
How clear is the water, by the way?
I'd like to get serious for 2 seconds and just say happy anniversary, Nate.
Aww,
20 years.
Thanks, baby.
Love you heaps. Thanks for adventuring with me.
We got married the year that we turned 21 and it was 21 days before I turned 21, which means I'm 41 in 21 days.
And it means that I'm not over 50s like people were guessing in the comments.
It's all right. He doesn't get offended too much.
Thanks, Johnny.
It's crazy to think because at the time when we were trying to get married, like trying to book a venue, trying to buy a house.
Everyone thought we were crazy young.
No one took us seriously.
Way too young to be doing those things.
And we're like, we got the money in the bank, take us seriously. And now we look at our 20-year-old niece, who is exactly 20 years younger than us.
You are too young to get married, young lady.
She's so young. And I look at her and go, whoa, we were that young.
Yeah.
We were so in love.
Still are, aren't we?
Most days.
We've just come over to the breakwall and it is pumping on the other side. It's amazing how much shelter it gives this bay, but let's head down to the jetty where we're going to jump on this boat later and have a look.
Hello, buddy.
A little scratch under the chinny chin chin. So we're heading out today to the Bremer Canyon. It's about 50 kilometers offshore, I think, and it is home to the largest number of killer whales in the southern hemisphere. They say between 200 to 300 whales call that place home.
Killer whales call that place home.
Killer whales, baby.
Orcas,
killer whales, baby. Boom, 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 boom. Killer whales, baby.
We met in high school. We went to the same little Baptist Christian school.
Yep.
Year 7. I didn't know he existed until year 9.
She was one of the cool kids. I wasn't one of the cool kids.
By year 10, he was my best friend.
And then one day, by the bubblers, I got the courage to ask her out. It was right around year 10 formal.
We went to year 10 formal together. He said, will you be my girlfriend? And I said, yes.
Because I'm romantic like that.
So we started dating when, well, technically Shannon
was
still 15.
Yep.
It was the 3rd of November, 1999.
Good year.
We have 40 minutes until we can officially start to load the boat. So I'm going to fang down a quick bite to eat. And Shannon is eating 2 sausages, leftovers from last night.
With barbecue sauce, because you start the day like a champion.
A sausage with barbecue sauce equals champion?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Now you know, if you were ever wondering They recommend that you take a seasick tablet the night before, which we did, and 30 minutes before boarding. I don't know if I'm really the sort of person who gets seasick, because I'm not really the sort of person who's been on a lot of boats. So here's to hoping we don't get seasick.
I don't normally get seasick, and I've been on tons of boats, yet I'm taking precautions because I don't want to miss out seeing orcas because I'm laying on the floor. Now we can see the boats parked next to each other at the dock. The one that we chose is actually bigger than the cool fancy one with all the graphics and everything, so I'm feeling a lot better about it now.
Morning.
Mind your headset. Hour drive out to the canyon. The swell is decent, and we're sitting in the calmest spot on the boat, at the back, down the bottom. We've started to slow down, and so far I've seen the crew walk around with 4 sick bags. Those poor people.
They spotted the first one, and it's just gone below the surface. We didn't catch it on camera, so we're all just looking at slow.
We were talking to the owner. She said today is deemed as a 7.5 out of roughness, but she said calm days are not what you're looking for.
No,
you get more activity.
Bit of wind to get them moving, otherwise they kind of go in a calm day, they'll go away from the canyon and go hunting. So fingers crossed we can actually see them.
Who knew it was the perfect conditions?
All complimentary food today, buffet.
I was just talking to a crew member. I have a real sick feeling in my mouth. I don't feel nauseous, but it's just like it feels like I've sort of thrown up in my mouth, and I haven't. And she said that it's possibly just the seasick tablets.
Our first sighting off in the distance, for a little bit away, but we're heading towards it. That's so exciting.
That should be Flapper and Stormy just there as well. So they're her 2 offspring, they're her 2 calves. The girls just to the left. There she is, hello. We try and just drift with them when they're playing like this, because that way they becomes dark again. So this is their way of greeting us and saying good morning and coming in and saying hello, surrounding the boat.
That was incredible, and I almost cried. I had to say to myself, "No, get a grip."
One of the best experiences I think I've ever had. I can't believe that we're seeing them in the wild, and they are so big.
They do recognise us, they recognise the sound of our vessels, so they know who we are. We're just watching their body language, which tells us a lot about what they're getting up to. And this behaviour is tracking behaviour. This is where something has their interest and they're working together to try and secure that meal. Now, if it is a beaked whale, they'll be waiting for it to come up to the surface, which can be quite a long time. In comparison to the maximum 12-minute breath hold of an orca, a beaked whale can hold their breath for 2 to 3 hours comfortably. Lovely to see them all socialise. So just make sure you're holding on as we continue to shuffle up this way.
We've made it back to dry land.
Sadly, my hat didn't make it back. A gust of wind took that right off my head and went bye-bye.
And I think I'm going to be rocking a bit tonight.
We'll catch you guys in the morning. We're going to go and chill out now. Tomorrow morning, we're going to check out Bremer Bay, and we're going to let you guys know what we really think of that whale watching experience, and if we think it was actually worth it or not.
Catch you guys in the morning. Good morning, guys. We're at Native Dog Beach this morning, and what a view. Oh my goodness.
Pretty. It's
that
pretty.
Is gorgeous.
It is next level pristine.
Gorgeous. Now, Bremer Bay is quite a quiet, small little town, but it has some gorgeous beaches. Absolutely stunning.
The water is tempting me.
I can see fish just swimming past. Definitely a fish. I think I can't get a good indication. It's either a pretty
it's a decent size.
Or a trevally. I reckon it'd easy go 60.
It is cold, man.
Gorgeous.
Honestly, Shannon.
Nearly lost a second pair for the trip.
So how long was our day out on the water yesterday? Now they advertised that they depart at 8 AM and that it's a 7-hour cruise.
Yep. We were out for about 6 hours, I think.
No, 6.5 hours. We left 5 minutes to 8 and we were back at 2:30. But honestly,
Yeah, honestly guys, that
it was
more
plenty
than
enough. Yeah.
Yeah, you're basically looking for whales. It's an hour run out and an hour run back, and you are looking at whales
The
for rest of
entire
the
time.
Yeah.
There really wasn't much downtime between seeing whales. We got really lucky, I'm sure.
I think that they're a really good tour operator and just know how to put you on the whales pretty quickly. Let's talk about seasickness. Now that's the number one thing normally that people are like, oh, I don't want to go out in the ocean because I'm going to get sick. I mean, how did you feel, Nay?
If 0 is no seasickness at all and 10 is I'm dead on the floor, I was a 1, occasionally peaked to a 2.
Yeah, I was a 0, but I do have a lot of experience out in these sort of conditions fishing, so don't know if that's great to gauge off. There were probably about half a dozen people that got sick, but the crew looked after them so well.
They really did.
They got vomit bags at the ready, towels, whatever you need.
They take the vomit bags,
they look after
give you little
completely.
blankies.
And to be honest, when we got out there, yeah, a few people still got a bit sick, but you're that busy looking at whales that I feel like it kind of drops off a bit.
And it was really choppy on the drive in and the drive out. And then once we sort of got in that really deep water, it settled right down. Thank you, sir. That thing is probably so damn hard.
Let's talk food. She's solid as a rock, how a pear should be. All your food is provided for. Drinks in terms of water, tea, coffee, a beer and a champagne on the way back after you see the orcas, which was quite nice. Now it's full day grazing. They just put out food all day and it's kind of what you would call, I don't know, party finger food, sausage rolls, pies, toasted sandwiches, wraps, watermelon, cake, all sorts of stuff. We even had some sushi at one point. The food I think was fantastic. It's just what you need to kind of graze all day as your main focus is looking at whales and not being seasick. Just arrived here at Short Beach.
Let's talk the crew, but I'm going to pop my glasses back on because it is so glary.
Gosh. Oh, that's better.
Oh, so much better. They were amazing. Husband and wife team and their 2 daughters, which are probably, I'd say, late teens, early 20s.
Yep.
And then 3 other crew members of similar age.
Yeah, and it was just amazing. Everyone looked after you really well, and the knowledge that they have of the area. And the thing that I love the most is they're out there so much that they're IDing the whales from the patch on their eye and telling
markings on their body.
And telling you the name, what family they're with.
Here comes Dart again.
It's just mind-blowing to the amount of detail they go to for you.
So one daughter is running around with the camera, taking photos, which you can then access and download, as well as GoPro footage under the water, while the other daughter is just over the loudspeaker, just giving you all the
information,
amazing info.
Telling you know, if they're hunting, if they're cruising, if they're playing. And all the photos and GoPro and everything, it's all included in the price. So you don't have to pay extra to get photos from the day, because it is quite difficult to get those shots.
It is. Shannon's quite passionate about this topic, can you tell?
Old Dr. Shan's coming out. Nay sliced a finger the other day. I stripped it up. It was a good cut. I thought maybe stitches, but it's starting to come off. So I'm going to redress it and go from there.
You know when you cut yourself and instantly you know that it's a cracker? It was a cracker. The last thing we want to do is reopen the wound.
I think that it's sealed up and kind of scabbed up through it, so I think we should cut these tails off, cover it back up and just tape it up.
Okay, let's do it.
Do you hear the sound of that cruiser, guys? Jeez, they sound good. Are you guys travelling with a good first aid kit? You should be. That's got it.
Yeah. How do, mate? Nice, quiet, out of the wind little spot here. Checking out the local boat ramp. That there would be a great spot to launch some kayaks.
Straight out there with the kayak, mate. And then you got riser. I see a fish riser. So around where we jumped on the charter yesterday, Fisherman's Point, there is a boat ramp there which basically launches you just inside the break wall, and that you can go straight out through the heads. And then this is kind of like a little calm bay to come in if you've got a
little bit more estuary-ish.
Yeah, a little bit estuary-ish. If you've got a small tinny kayak, something like that, you'd bang it in just here. It's got everything here. Let's talk about how busy the charter was.
I would say it was probably full.
I'd say
but
full.
Never at any point did you feel overwhelmingly crowded out. No. And I'm not a crowd person. Like, I hate shops and stuff.
I would have said there was about 30 to 35 people on the boat, but you've got different vantage points that you can view the orcas from. You've got on the bow, you've got at the stern, plus there's an upper level you can view at the stern as well, which is pretty cool. So everyone was kind of spread out, so you didn't feel like you were on top of each other.
Now let's talk about the bad stuff. There's never really any sort of perfect experience. So what I'm going to say was really bad was, are you ready for it? It's going to shock your pants off. It's not. Honestly, I struggled to find something.
Put your pants back on, please.
The speaker at the back of the boat was really hard to hear the information that they were... Boom. What's the wording, Shannon?
The information that they were giving you on the whales as you saw them.
Yeah.
It was just a little bit too soft because the engine was down the back. That's really the only negative we could come up with, which is
really nothing.
Really nothing.
But the only other thing that could have made the experience like top notch, like blow my mind, was if an orca had have actually breached.
Yeah.
Or multiple breaching.
Which has got nothing to do with the company we went
No.
with, but purely the day and what they were doing.
It's just whether you got lucky for that or not. Honestly, we really can't fault them.
That would have really made my day to see one just...
Oh. I think we have found a really good swimming beach. How pretty is that?
It's cold, but not too cold, because that sun's got some punch to it today.
So there's a little bit of seaweed, but we've come in at the quiet side. So if you come in at either end, which is a bit busier, doesn't look to be so much seaweed. We're going in, guys. It's nice and warm, and it's just too beautiful not to.
Finger condom, got to keep that dry. Here we go. Oh, beautiful water. Ooh, a little bit chilly.
I'm ready.
I'll take you under to show you how clear this water is. Oh, that is so much cooler now. See if she can do it with keeping one thumb up.
Yes! Winner! It only got a tiny bit wet. I don't think there's many people floating around with their thumb up. I'm just having a wicked time.
Let's talk money.
How much did it cost? $385 per person, which in our book is quite expensive. Not too expensive, but definitely you have to stop and go, is this going to be worth it? So, was it worth it?
Let us know in the comments. I believe it was.
I think it was as well. We'll catch you guys next week. See yous. Thanks for watching.
Guys.